Uh, on behalf of Hindu Youth and Students Forum, I am going to present the World Hindu Youth Conference report, which was held during 29th and 31st March this year. As as the motto reads like rise, organize, lead and emerge. So, Ji. Okay. So, the, the punchline of the conference was Arise Arjuna, like calling youth to arise and organize, lead, emerge, like our, the slide said. The mission statement of the conference was involve Hindu youth into playing vital role in the Hindu resurgence and renaissance. There were 7 sessions. Each session was focused on the subject important to the youth, Hindu youth. There were 14 distinguished speakers and 125 delegates from 13 countries. And the conference was well received by local media, print media, including Jakarta Post and electronic media. Inaugural session, our coordinator Bhavin Davdra from UK gave the introductory remark, followed by the opening conference by Governor of Bali. He called to rise, organize and defend Hindu Dharma by all possible means. And proudly he also proclaimed that being a governor of Bali, he is a governor of all Hindus of Indonesia. First session was Dharma and youth. As Bhavin Davdra from UK presented that what is Dharma, he defined it in a beautiful way and interactive way. In next slide, we will see how he defines it in such a innovative manner. Like people define that Hindu Dharma is a religion. Some people say it's a tradition. Some people define on terms of culture, faith, or way of life. Are we really talking, true sense of Hindu Dharma? Like religion, we cannot fit into the compartment of religion from Western perspective. So this cannot be true definition of Hindu Dharma, because Hindu Dharma is beyond that religion, what West perceives. Is it tradition? No, it is always evolving. It is not fit into a certain tradition and certain values. So on this basis also we cannot define. When we talk about Hindu Dharma as a culture, there are many more components within Dharma, like spirituality and every aspect of the Dharma. So we cannot define on the basis of culture also. Is it faith? No, it's not. There are so many sects, there are so many faiths, there are so many ways of worshipping and spiritual streams. So again, we cannot define on the basis of faith. Some people say Hindu Dharma is a way of life. Again, it's not way of, and it's not fit into narrow definition of way of life. It has many more spiritual and cultural and traditional contexts. So again, on this basis, we cannot define. So what Hindu Dharma is, that Hindu Dharma that sustains since time eternity. It has been sustaining. And as suggested by Krishna, in English we can say that to our specifically the Western audiences, that it is a Hindu civilization. Hindu Dharma is a Hindu civilization that has been sustaining through the time eternity, and it will be there always. More on this first session, which is related to Dharma and youth, Varun Khanna from UK gave a very inspiring speech on importance of Sanskrit in our Hindu civilization. He gave examples how Sanskrit can contribute to our development of our Dharma. For it was followed by Anandamayi from Trinidad and Tobago. She gave on the importance on the knowledge of personal individuals Like we should be a walking encyclopedia of Hindu Dharma. Like if someone asks about Hinduism, we must have the answer. Second session was on education, being the most important aspect of a youth life. Like first presentation was by Krishna. He gave an inspiring speech on dharmic education, what the value-based dharmic education. He explained how it focused on the personal development of youth, and if the education is based on dharmic tradition, dharmic values, it will promote peace and harmony in the society. Next speaker was Sushant. He gave example of contributing to Hindu economy and importance of Chanakya's contribution in the Hindu economy. Bhakti Mehta from USA presented on education in colleges and schools. She emphasized on our own initiative. We should get involved with schools, prepare curricula, and then get Mandir and Bal Vihars involved into the standardization of the education. Coming to the third session, it was on economy. Rishabh from Bharat presented on the importance of economy in this globalized world. He called upon making a Hindu Silicon Valley, basically the technocrats from the Hindu Dharma. Next speaker, Lija Bhansali, presented on encouraging Hindu youth to become an entrepreneur. She emphasized on promoting a network which can promote Hindu youth and also get involved with investors. Kritika Bajaj from Bharat, she presented on developing a strong network to promote Hindu. Again, she proposed to have a pan-Hindu network like Jewish people have. Coming to fourth session, this was about politics. So Desh Singh from Bharat gave inspiring speech on understanding dominant role of politics in this world, and he gave this term called politics version 2, involving new mean of media and all. Like he gave examples of Tahrir Chowk and uprising in India as well as elsewhere in the world. Pritika Sharma presented how we can involve into the political process. She gave example from New Zealand and how we can organize into political movement. Nitika Sharma from New Zealand also gave examples of getting into the electoral process and how we can contribute to the national politics. Coming to the fifth session, it was basically on human rights and media. As you know, Hindus are being persecuted, harassed in almost every country in the world. It's very important. So Bhumika Mode from Bharat presented on the legal aspect of human rights, and she called upon highlighting historical injustices and present opportunities for creating a remedy for these violations. Anchalita Gauri from Netherlands, she presented on defending human right, Hindu human right basically, across the globe, and she gave example of GHRD, New Zealand, which is working on the cause of Hindus in Pakistan, Bangladesh, and countries like Nepal. Ide Putu Aditya from Indonesia, he gave very elaborated presentation on how Hindus being persecuted in Indonesia, and like these photos we can see how they break the Hindu temples. And next speaker was me. I presented on basically social media, how internet Hindus, phenomena of internet Hindus being led by the youth of India, and it's getting pronounced in mainstream media. Sixth session was future, youth, and students, how we can get ahead with this. Samir Asthana from USA, he presented on changing mindset, how we can get ahead with our agenda and involve more youth. And he also said it's cool to be a proud Hindu. And the next was a interactive session. Yeah, 1 minute. We had defined short and long-term goals. Seventh and last concluding session was, the first speaker in this session was Soumitra Gokhale ji. He concluded the whole proceedings and also said that we should focus on personal commitments. Now, after that, Arun Bajaj ji, the convener of steering committee, World Hindu Economic Forum, invited us to be here and present this. And after all, Swami ji, who is the leading energy behind all, our mentor and our guru, is always there with him. Without him, it was not possible to be, do some, great conference in Bali. Thank you.